take him into Egypt. They take him into Egypt and sells him to Potiphar. Potiphar being an officer of Pharaoh. And he puts him in his house. And because his name is Increase, the moment he gets in the house, 17 years old, prosperity already on him. It's already on him to prosper. Because his name is Increase. Increase goes into the world, which is Egypt. And the moment Increase get in the world, it got to bless the world because it's called Increase. Well, once the world get a taste of who we are, it blesses them. The moment we come in, things begin to prosper to the point where Potiphar put him over everything that he got. He takes him over, give him his whole house, he give it to him. Because his name is Increase. But the brothers go back and they take and say, we got to do something about it. And Reuben is upset because he know Israel will want to kill him. Because Joseph, he loved Joseph. And they think, how can we go back to our father and tell him? So they make up and take and kill an animal and put blood all over his coat. So the father would think that an animal killed him while he was going to them, saying he sent him to us. If he sent to us, so this could have happened before he got to us. And Joseph, and now Israel began to cry for his son. And the Bible says he began to mourn for his child that he lost because he loved him. So it's something about him that's special. It's something about him different from all the other children. It's something about him that was meant for him to be a blessing to us. And now we don't even have it no more. How could this happen? All that time I worked for him. And now I don't have him no more. It's something about when you lose the thing you love the most. And it seems like it is not there no more. Thing I love the most to me, now gone. And I didn't even get a chance to tell how much I love it again one more time. Now I'm lost that in my life. What can feel that place? The Bible says children tried to comfort him. And he wouldn't even let them comfort him. He just kept pushing them away. You know, it's something when you don't want to be comforted by nobody. When you don't lost that thing you love the most. And he wouldn't even be comforted by him. He just wanted to die. He just wanted to die. My son gone. But it still stayed there after then. He keep right on walking. And as they going, and it's something about, because Israel was a blessing. He was as a prince with God. So the blessing of God was still on. Even though this stuff like this happened, he still was a blessing. And I told you that when the blessing of God is on you, you still going to go through a lot of stuff because the blessing of God causes trouble to come at you. To the point where, hey, they just did that mess then. But here they go later on. And the moment they did that mess, now I'm still with the ones. I still love them. But they still messing up. Because once sin started to happen, sin, it follows sin. Now Judah going out and he ended up messing with another Canaanite woman. And he ended up having children, 3 kids by her. And the first child he had, named had a wife. And he was evil before God. When he saw his son was evil before God, and God killed him. He slew him because he didn't want no part of him, because he didn't care nothing about God. The second son, God tells him to go into your brother's wife and get her pregnant. And instead of him going to get her pregnant, he spills it on the ground. And God took him out. And the third child was young. He said, the girl Tamar said, look, you going to give him to her? He said, wait till he get old. When he get old, I give him to you. And when he got old, he didn't do it. And that's something. Now look at the stuff he's going through. Now here go his children, right? Having children by this woman. 2 of them were evil before God. And God took both of them out. Now you know that boy, the Bible says it's better to put your seed in the belly of a whore than to put it on the ground. And he went against the word of God and spilled it on the ground. He must have been fun. He must have been something. He must have been gay or something. Right? Because the Bible said he didn't want to. He know he did. So something wrong with that boy. And God took him on out. The third boy was too young to go with to get married to her. So he said, I'll give her to you when he's older. But when the boy got older, he didn't give the boy to Tamar. So Tamar went into the city and said she gonna wait for him, and found Judah coming to say, let God be praised. His name. And he goes into the city, and she put on a cover her face like she was a whore, and took off her a widow clothes and put on a thing like she was a whore in the street. And he said, can I come into you? And she goes and she invites him in. She said, well, what shall I owe you for allowing me? She said, give me your signet, your staff, and something else. She said, leave the old thing with me. That later on, when you'll play it with me, that later on you can come back and get it. He goes back to look for the same woman, which was his daughter-in-law, in the street, but she wasn't there. Later he said, where's that woman, that prostitute that was out here the other week? She said, that wasn't no woman out here like that. And he said, yes it was. They said, no it wasn't. And when she's pregnant later on in time, she goes to him and finds, and they heard her say, your daughter-in-law had played the harlot. She done slept with somebody when she was a widow, when she wasn't supposed to, because she didn't ever have a child. She was never supposed to be messing with nobody else. And she goes to his house. And he said, we're going to have to kill her because what she did. She was supposed to be waiting for my son, so I could give him to her for that she could have a child by my first son. And when they go there, when she go there, she said, tell the man inside, which is Judah, tell him that the man that I slept with, this is the things that he gave me. And when they go inside and his servant tells her, she get her the stuff, and he said, oh Lord, that was me. I done slept with my own daughter-in-law. And she had been more loyal than I have. Here I am. I told her I would give her my son when he grew up. But instead of me keeping my word, I'm getting ready to get to it now. It's something when you're praising God with your mouth, but the heart ain't in what you're praising God for. There's a lot of people praise God with their mouth and say, oh Lord, I love it. Lord, I magnify it. But when something come up, they'll walk right away from God. And Judah named that God be praised. You ain't supposed to say nothing to God with your mouth. And don't stand behind what you're saying. And the one, he said, oh, she had been more righteous than I have. I lied to her. And I told her one thing and I didn't do what I said. And she ended up having twins by him. To the point now, still all this going on in Israel life. Jacob here in that place, the children doing all kind of stuff around him. Still sinning. But see, increase done went out before him. And it's something because God, whenever you have believed in God and what God doing, God always goes before you. God always going somewhere before you. Increases in Egypt, and Potiphar's wife is in the house and she's troubled. Because when the blessing of God is on you, because Israel your daddy, and your name is increased, there's trouble somewhere around you. Can I tell you, whenever God has put increase in your life, the first spirit going to come at you is the spirit of fornication. Y'all will catch that. You know what I mean? Whenever God has put increase in your life, when God is increasing you in life, the first spirit going to come at you is the spirit of fornication. Because fornication knows if it can get you and entice you to make you look at something that you used to like, it'll stop God from being able to bless others through you. You got to understand that whenever God has increased you in life, the spirit of fornication will come at you. And come at you and try to give you something that you don't need, because it got to stop God from using you to bless others. And Joseph now is in a house and everything is in his power. The devil already knows it's something about that child that's different from every other child he got. It's something about him. Now he done got thrown in a hole, and over here now. And over here, I can't even get in to mess with this woman. What is it about him? I sent the spirit of fornication to him, he won't even touch it. And there's something about the spirit of fornication, I don't care. Even when you deny it, it still come back and lie.
Right.
Huh. I didn't do it, but yet it still tells somebody to lie on you. Have you ever been in that place where you didn't do nothing wrong and somebody still went back and told a lie? She went back and said he tried to rape me. Snatched his clothes off him and then told him that he was trying to rape her. Trying to get with him every day, but he don't want him. Because when you love the Lord, you ain't going to deal with no other kind of spirit. He looked at her and told her, said, look, woman, what's wrong with you? My Lord here done put me over everything he got. Everything is in my power in his house and outside his house. And here go you his. Why am I gonna mess with you? We done gave me everything. And God had put me in this place. Why would I do God like that? Huh? God had put me in that place to increase in everything I do and to prosper whatever I do. Everything he touched prosper. And he ended up now got to go to jail because she told a lie. But when I go to jail, everything I took prosper. Because my name is increased. It don't matter about where I go at. God already gave me a name that's above all names. My name is increased. He goes down in the jail, and when the moment he get there, the God give him power to run the prison. And the Bible declares that when he began to tell them how to run the prison and make the tools and things they make, everything began to prosper. To the point everything is in his power to run. Now I'm locked up and still I'm free. Everything is in my power to do. God is with me. Everybody know God is with me. My spirit is excellent. And yet my father is still in another land. Don't know I'm living. Think I'm dead. About to give up hope because he can't see me. And God always sends that thing before you that you got in you, and you don't even know it's still there. And the Bible say it comes to a place that the baker and the butler have a dream. They have a dream, and when they have a dream, they wonder where God is. They wonder, and they say Pharaoh had just kept both of them in the house. But the dream they have, they don't have a way to know what it means. And here goes Joseph. Here now in a place because the seed's still growing. Even though it's increased, it's still growing and it's spreading out. He had a coat of many colors. Oh, you got to catch the many colors. That means all kind of people. It was something special about him. The blessing on him was different from everybody else. And he's still growing. But everywhere he goes, it keeps multiplying. To the point where now they have a dream. He tell them what a dream means. One of y'all going to die. Pharaoh going to kill one of you. And the other one he restore back in the house. But when he told the one that he said, when you get restored back in the house, don't forget me. It's something about when you help somebody and then they get somewhere and they forget about you. Right. He said, don't forget me when you get back in there. And he forgot about it. But the Bible declared that when Pharaoh had a dream, he called all the musicians and all the soothsayers and all of them in there and tried to get a sorcerer and tell me what this dream means. But none of them could tell him. There was only one person in that land could tell him, that was Joseph. And he said, and then the chief baker remembered. He said, I remember it was somebody down in jail with me that told me what our dream meant. And exactly what he said has happened now. Let me go get him, send for him. And they go in and get Joseph and bring him before Pharaoh. Now you know what it's like. He said, no optimism, because I'm going to tell him about a God that I walk with. A God that made me. A God that got my father to call me increase. And now I'm in your land. You don't know why here, but everything about me since I've been in your land has prospered. And now you got me before you. And now you get ready to meet my God through me. And he said, now all these musicians, all these magicians, all of them couldn't answer my question. What make you any different from them? Tell me the source of my dream after I tell you what happened. And Joseph looked at him and said, it's not in me that I can tell you the thing, but it's in the God that made me that's going to tell me about your dream. I'm introducing you to somebody that you don't know nothing about. Everything you did, y'all did it in your own power. But there's a God that's above all this stuff.
All right.
That's why God sends you in the world, so he can open up the light, to bring light into a world filled with darkness.
Right.
Now he got light in darkness right now through Joseph. And Joseph look at him and say, but listen, all your two dreams ain't but one dream. The two dreams, the dream you had first is the same dream the last one is. It's the same dream. But it's going to be 7 years of plenty
Right.
in the land. And everything going to double. Then it's going to be 7 years of famine. And then God, and these things that you see, it can really happen soon because God the one going to do it.
Right.
You think that it's been in weather? No, it's God going to do these things. But when he do these things, you better put somebody in place that know how to take the 7 years of plenty and store it up.
Right.
And then so when the 7 years of famine come, that somebody will be able to eat.
Yes.
And the Bible declares, as Joseph said with these things, and Pharaoh realized who Joseph was and what kind of spirit he had in him by talking. He said, who else can I put in place beside you? You're the only one that I can put in place because nobody else knows what you know. I'm going to put you in place. And he put him in place right then and he says to him, he says, everything I got, and that's something, I want to show y'all something about yourself. Everything I got is in your power.
All right.
Even my ring, everything in the whole kingdom, beside my name, my throne, you are in power. And he made Joseph ride out on a chariot in front of everybody so they could know that he had put his name over Joseph to run the whole region of Egypt. Because his spirit was different from anything they ever seen. And the Bible declares that while he was there, the famine spread all over the world. The whole world was filled with this famine. After those 7 years of plenty. And the sons of Israel, of Jacob looked at them and said, now y'all see what's going on. Why are we going to sit here with all our families and die? Y'all get up, take this money and go down to Egypt and buy corn for us. And they took the money, bowed them bags money and went down. And they go down to Egypt. And the first person they see is Joseph. But don't know who he is. It's something when you raise up right with me. And when God bless me and put me in a place you don't even know who I am. You've been close to people that around you every day and they still don't know who you are. They didn't even know who he was. Oh, it's not something, it's something that's normal. A lot of times people can live right in the same house with you and still don't know who you are. And now he's looking at them, but he know who they are. And he sit there and begin to test them and say things to them that be strong, talk mean to them. Because he want to see what they're going to act like. He told them, y'all spies. And y'all ain't here to get buy no corn. You ain't nothing but spies. How many brothers you got? They told and said, we got 11 and one is not. They didn't want to tell the truth, but he knew the truth.
Right.
And he looked at us and said, no, y'all spies. Just like I said, I tell you what, leave one of your brothers here. And go back to your father and bring the one at home to the house. Bring him back. Bring Benjamin back here.
Right.
Because the very thing that you hate the most, the very thing that people hate the most, God take that and bless somebody.
Right.
The very thing that you want to kill, the very person you were jealous of, God will take that same person and bring back in your life and put you in a place where you can't do for yourself and make you have to go back to the same person that you wanted to kill. Oh, God, something else. He'll turn you right back to where you didn't want to go. The person you were jealous of, he gonna make you need that person get to where you got to get to. And they had to say that. And when they were going back, he didn't even take the money. He left the money on the horses and stuff and the donkeys, so that when they went back and got home, they found he didn't even take the money, so they could be scared, knowing they got to come back now. And when they come back, and they told their daddy, you know he didn't have one more child by Rachel. And they almost killed him to sit there and say, but he said, if it got to be, let it be. Let it be. Take it back and take back food and nuts and everything, oil and wine, to show them how much we appreciate what he did. And they took that back. And God said, and after a while when Joseph saw how they were doing, he led his brother in prison. He ate with them when he ate with them, he looked back at them, and the Bible said he could not behold. He said, after he'd been mean to them, and they didn't know who he was. He said, well, they didn't know who he was. He could not behold how he felt about them. That he had done cried one time, and he is crying the second time again, to the point where he said, I can't withhold who I am now from you. He said, but I am Joseph. I am the one that your brother. I am your brother. And his brother looked at him, he said, now when they don't bow down and 2 times like he had his dream, he said, I am your brother Joseph. Right. I'm the one that y'all sold as a slave. I'm the one that you wanted to kill. I'm the one that you hated. But even though you did those things to me, don't be mad, don't be upset, don't forgive yourself, because it won't need no power. It was in God's hand the whole time. It was God that allowed you to sell me into slavery. It was God that allowed you to sell me into slavery, that he might put your posterity in front of you, that he might put a place for you to dwell later on. When you are Israel, there's always increase in Israel. I'm going to say that again. You are Israel.